Hello everybody, my name is Merc. We're back in the Blueprints, day 57. I haven't really thought about what happened at all. I should open up the Discord. Don't want to look at that. You already know what I don't want to look at. Right. I guess I blocked it from my memory. So we have a new blue door that I have no idea how to access. We still need vault key. We potentially, sleepy mask, 2 gems, 2 keys. Okay, to start with. In fact, you probably want this ratio of things to start with. Well, you don't really even need the keys to start, but... Didn't even display me. Like, it displays me in the entrance hall for like half a second. It's kind of weird. I don't know why I keep putting money in this fountain, but I'm gonna keep doing it now. Now it's a muscle memory. So yeah, what are we trying to accomplish here? I think we're gonna do the blue banner of the king today. I think that's an idea, because we really need to see not only the vault to make vault key stuff happen. Speaking of, we really want to see trading posts right now as well. Which actually, you know what? Let's hit this button right now, and that'll encourage, because I think trading post is blue. Actually, let's double check that before I do it. I'm making some smart plays considering it's very early. My coffee is not quite. Trading post is yellow. Okay, so good thing I didn't do it. I kind of figured it was blue, but it makes sense that it's yellow. Okay, so let's hit this first because we're looking for trading posts. We did not get it. We've had shelter last time. We have gems, so hovel doesn't feel as great. I think we probably go tomb. But like, what's actually the benefit of the tomb here? Actually, the benefit of the tomb is I can finally read this dang note that I translated. Because I know this has been something that I've done for a while, and I've shared it with my pals in our group chat because they're already beyond this point, beyond caring about this point, I guess. But Lady Clara Epson, her tomb here, has a note, okay? And it's written in Erajan, and we learned some Erajan. Okay, so this is gonna be quite the journey, and you're gonna have to stick with me on this, I think. So we know some things. What do we know? How am I gonna explain what we know? We know some things through school, okay? So there were 2 different boards in school that explained a lot of concepts, such as particular words, as well as affixes, prefixes, or affixes, I guess, where they go at the end. So we learn about, like, you and me, toward and far, first and last, okay? Those are concepts. We also learned about northeast, south, and west, which are in, et, is, and or, which we learned through school, through the exam. We also learned some other words through this school. That doesn't matter, okay? We learned words like tree. Tree doesn't even appear in this note, so that doesn't matter. So we're gonna start with the very first word here. It says Ovel Daj Iris. Okay. To me, Ovel starts with OV, which means toward. And then it goes to EL, which means me. So toward me. And then I have to make an assumption here. We're going to skip this D because this D is not evident in anything else. But AJ is first, okay? So at some point, I made the assumption that this D means it's possessive. And it's going to relate because this D appears throughout the rest of this note in various spots. You'll see it, like Uldal, Ulnai, whatever. This is gonna be a long journey, and there's words I don't know, including iris, okay? This particular segment I cannot solve, as far as I can tell. I'm looking at my notes again just to see if there's any random thing I might have missed. Maybe it's ear and then is, as in is being a verb, because The one weird thing about Erajan is there are no verbs. So they use loan words. And there's an example of loan word in here. Well, there's one right here, Sinclair, but that's a name, right? Epson is also a name. Forget is a verb, right? So they use the English or whatever, the Aries and I don't know, the Resian language, whatever language we're speaking, that's not Erajan. So there is the idea maybe, but no, IS is too common of a letter for me to assume that, I feel like. So basically what I'm saying is there are 3 segments here that I do not understand fully. The D is one of them, but I think I understand the D enough, as in this first word or phrase here is to my or me, like this is me with the D. I think it signifies as possessive, so to my first, and then I'm assuming Iris is like love or like the first in my life, you know. I think this is a note. I'm gonna go down to the bottom here. We're gonna skip everything else and we're gonna go down and the final words, which is funny because Lorja quite literally means word last, right? So to me, we have to make a jump here. If you're speaking another language and someone says word last to you, like word last, that means goodbye. Those are the last words, right? If you say first word, like that's aloha, that's hello. That's your introduction. Those are the first words. And then the last words, you end the conversation, you go about your day, right? And then it's Eld Iris. So this is going to be confusing because I have to make assumptions here as well. But we know L is me, D, and then Iris again. So my life or my love, right? Again, I'm making some assumptions, but this is signed by someone, and I'm trying to get to what this signature could possibly mean. Okay. So we know UL. Sorry, EL as in right here is me. UL is you. And then with the D there, I would assume is your. Okay. And then Jor, we learn from a new clue, means name. But then he has the letter A at the end. And what does the letter A mean? Now, I'm making an assumption, a really big assumption here. And I don't think it matters at all. This whole note, by the way, all of this I'm explaining to you, I don't think it matters, period. Because I don't know how it could be relevant, given what I know. And I feel confident about most of the rest of the translation, even though I am making a lot of assumptions right now, I know. But I'm trying to get the assumptions out of the way so I can read the rest of it to you. Because I'm confident in a lot of the rest of it. Maybe that confidence is unfounded, but let me continue, I guess. So, I'm not going to say I can speak multiple languages because that's just a straight up lie. I know enough French to get myself into trouble. I've heard a lot of Portuguese back in the day because that's my heritage. And I've always been fascinated with languages, okay? And like etymology, how words are formed, even like learning about phonemes and such, you know, it's all very interesting to me. The letter A at the end of names usually indicates a woman, right? And all of this put together, last word, your love, or my love, your name, female. I'm assuming this is your mom, or sorry, Clara Upson's mom, or like someone in her family leaving a note, obviously, but it's someone female. It doesn't have to be specifically the mom, because I don't think that actually necessarily matters. Well, I think the only thing that matters in this is whatever the hell this is, and this is the one thing I do not understand how to translate, because once again, it has iris in it at the end of it. These are the 3 words that have iris, and I cannot figure out how to translate them as a result. Olveldaj iris. Eldiris and Oladiris. Okay. So now with all that out of the way, we can go through the rest of it, and then I'll explain the final thing I don't understand, which is later in the letter. Okay, so we have... I've written it down so I can actually read it, because it's hard to read some of this writing sometimes. But I believe this says Ul El Dao, okay, with 2 D's. Ul El Nai, Ul El Mora, okay. So we know Dao, Nai, but we don't know Mora. That's another new word, but it doesn't actually, I don't think it matters here, because I think what this says here is Ul is you, L is my, like, sorry, L is me with a D, I think means my. So I think it's basically saying you are my day, you are my night, you are my Mora, which could be like life, you know? Something like that. Some sort of like, I think this intro line is basically saying, you know, it's just like adorations to a loved one, right? You're writing a letter to someone you haven't seen, or like someone who you've known passed away, and you want to leave something nice. You would say something like that, right? So we'll continue. This is gonna be so hard. Sorry. Let me try this again. Uv ul el gift. We're gonna stop right there. I think that means to you, I gift. Eld hu. And this is what kind of signifies the D is possessive to me, because L is me, D would mean my, Eld, hu is house. We learned that in school. To you I gift my house. Ovis, which you've seen around, it's written in the sanctum, I believe. Is it Ovis? No, it's Ovin in the sanctum. Whatever. Ovis is 2, like Ov is 2, and Is is south, to south. To you I give my house to the south, which is her offering her home in Erajan, right? Because she's from Erajan, obviously. She's writing Erajan. Nevdal Uld Arail, which is new day, Nevdal. You. This one's hard to translate for sure. Let me go through my notes so I can like fully get this. You or your, and then arai or arai here in the middle is future, your future, and then le at the end is like a lack of myself. Nevdal, new day, your future without a lack of myself. So it's saying like working towards your future without me in a way, I guess. New day towards your future. And then new day, and it's the opposite. Eld Darailu, towards my future without you. So I think this one's a little bit more, again, of a weird idea, weird concept. But I think it's some sort of like, it's more an extension of the adorations, or it's saying like, with the previous line here, to you I give my house in the south. It's saying like, we're family, right? You could come down here, but I recognize you're staying in what is now Fenares, despite everything, because there's a lot of bad history between Fenares and Erajan. Okay, we're halfway down the letter, maybe. Ajal bid Ulhild, sorry. Eld Lord. Why am I apologizing? I'm offending the Erajans out there. Anyway, so let's go with Ajal bid. I think bid is the English verb to bid. So I think it's Ajal is first I bid you And then heed, I think, is another English word. So first I bid you heed my word, eld, lor, me, my possessive word. So let me read it again, because I know I'm reading it really weirdly here. First I bid you heed my word. Like, that's an English statement right here. I know I translated this correctly. But this word that I can't translate now, I have no idea how to translate it. We don't know what OD is. I'm just double checking my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, we don't know what OD is. We do know what UL is. UL is you. Ula diris, or diris, right? We don't know what iris is either. So that whole word, I cannot even kind of assume what it could mean, unfortunately. And I think it's a warning. Because, like, it's literally saying, first I bid you, heed my word. Okay. Let's continue. Hugh Sinclair Lou. Hugh Epson Lou. Forget Uldine In. So Hugh Sinclair Lou is House Sinclair without you. House Epson without you. And then forget Uld Ein In. We don't know what Ein is. That's the final word we don't understand in this section. But I think this statement, this whole sentence here, is kind of saying, like, you aren't your legacy. You don't have to forget your royal empire, is kind of my guess here. In means north. I think it's like, forget trying to unite this because I think that's what the goal is for, like, all of this, is they want to show Simon, or, like, I guess Sinclair wants to show Simon the legacy of their family, and the fact that they are a bunch of ex-royals who have to go into hiding and be very secretive about their history because they know that the Red Guard is watching them, right? Which is why the Red Guard did an investigation on Mary, among other things. Well, there's many reasons why. Mary just happened to get swept up in it. But I think this is saying, like, you don't have to be a Sinclair, you don't have to be an Epson. You forget whatever northern idea you have, just go south, right? This is a warning. Like, they don't want them to be up here. So this note could even be, like, it doesn't look that old, but this note could be pretty old. Anyway, we should continue this and play the actual game at some point, right? Some point. We have, and this is like a whole thing on its own. Uld Jor Giari. Okay? And I think this is a reference to the name Giari, just like Sinclair and Epson, because Giari is a name in Erajan. We have seen that in the foyer. I think her name, I don't remember her name now, but it was Giari Yena, maybe, something like that. I know I could look it up, but, like, listen, we're doing enough talking about stuff that doesn't really matter as is. So we have Ein again. Oh no, I'm looking at the right. Ein's right here. I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Your name, you name Giari. Your name Giari. Uldarai. And it's two different words. Or maybe it's three different words. Ovis Fenvo. This is your future toward south is to Ovis is to south. Fen Ro. Is it Ro or Vo? It's Vo. So, like I said, the writing sometimes is hard to read. The V's and the R's definitely trip me up here. Ovis Fenro, which is sorry, I had it, and it's not very complicated, so I don't know why I need to be consulting notes. Your future towards south from Fen. Uldari Ovis Fenvo. Your future toward the south, away from Fen, or Fen away. And saying, get out of Fen, you know? Go back home. Uld ein Jor Ovo. So there's the ein finally. Again, that we don't know. Your blank name, Jor. Toward away is interesting. Okay, so they're mixing ov and vo. Which to me, if it's toward and away, then it's either way. That's my understand. That's my translation of ovo. Either way. And I want to say ein might even be like royal. So like forget your royal north. Your name is royal either way. You're a part of the Giari. You just go be a Erajan. You can be an Erajan lord or whatever if you really want to be a noble. You don't have to be a Sinclair or an Epson and deal with the pricks of Fanaries, because we learned that the nobles of Fanaries are a bunch of, you know, jerks, and that's why they overthrew Orinda Ares, because the king was actually a pretty good dude and didn't want the nobles to like reign free over everything. And the nobles were like, dude, we have all the money, we should be reigning free, right? So they overthrew him, and then the general took charge, and now the nobles basically run the army, is my understanding. Anyway, Ov Oraja Ovis Nevarai. To Eraja, to the south, new future. Word last, my iris, your name A. What is there to say about that? There's nothing left to be said. I spent 15 minutes, 20 minutes talking about that. What are we gonna gain for it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But it was a fun exercise. Okay, so we should get the dice while we're here. Should I open up the thing? I don't think I need to open up the thing. What do I care about opening up the thing? I feel like there's more to this tomb still. Those red candles kind of upset me. Like, I don't understand if there's a puzzle with them. So how did you enjoy Erajan, your Erajan lesson today? We didn't have to go to school or anything. How do you play this game? You translate notes. Oh yeah, of course. Obviously. You know, I guess the microchips are probably still in that tunnel, eh? I didn't even think about that. Let's go den first. Ignore the gem, because that's how I play. Workshop, we love to see that. What about you? Reading nook, don't love to see that. What do we redraw? It's a silly redraw right away. I'm saying reading nook, and then we're like not even gonna take the key. We could take the key. I'm saying we don't open that door though. We got the hammer, so it's making our commissary a little less worth it, but we don't actually need... Let's go commissary just because we have money. I thought we put a hammer in the commissary. Maybe it takes like longer than I thought it did. Go hallway. It's like decent hallway. I'm gonna go back now, just because there's no reason to enter hallway, and there is reason to enter den. Especially with hammer. No trunk though. Let's go observatory. We do need more pool hall procs. Observatory doesn't actually like do anything crucial for us. I think our stars are too low now. We're like 48-ish, 47? 47. So we do need the observatory at some point. It would be nice. Do we go pantry just to kill these dead ends? Let's go boiler room, just because we have gems and it's a gear. We do have shovel. They're really not even a dirt pile down here. Wow, game. How dare you. I stepped in here for no reason. I guess we don't need the red door anymore. That said, I also don't need to go over there just yet. Necessarily. Wasting some steps. Alright, time for some math. Now I just did my English slash French slash, sorry, Erajan training. My second language training. That's what I was getting at there. Round 11 to 10. 16. Times 2 is 32, rounded to 30. Times 10, or divided by 10 is 3. Times 2 is 6, rounded to 10. You know, if you see the rounded symbol at the end, you could probably just guess some digits if you really wanted to. A third of 18 is 6. And then you round that to 6, I guess. And then you add in a third of 6 is 2, so it's 8. And you round it to 8, I guess. And then a third of 3 is 1, so it's 9. The rounding didn't matter there at all. It was just there to trip you up, potentially. I didn't know there could be a broken lever here. What the heck? I almost just like straight up walk by. I was like, there's got to be loot behind the bar. No, there's loot right next to you, actually. Go corridor. We'll just go corridor. I kind of like this early music room. We do need door right. It's better than pantry. We can go prism. Ensure some blue doors right now. Not a fan of these. It's a dead end. We go pool? We're like flooding the deck. We go pool, I guess. We have trunk, of course. And by trunk I mean hammer. We haven't got utility or security, so it's good that we got keycard, I guess. We could theoretically just go to the foundation right now, too. We have one of those plays set up. Things get really bad. I kind of want to do utility. In the grand scheme of things, though, I don't know how much value utility is. It's kind of like a wasted room, but it is a gear room, which does matter in some regards. What kind of sucks because, like, I put myself in this gear strat. I shouldn't say sucks, because, like, you know, it's working out for us for the most part. But if I ever want to pivot off of it, like, that's not an easy task. But I guess it's easier than pivoting off other strategies because the gear wrench is a thing. Burning a lot of steps, I recognize. Let's get rid of this pantry. We'll hit this door before we go in there. There's security. Love to see that. Let's go in here. Eat the nanner. I think I'm gonna actually not hit the door here and rather hit it from security. But first we do the computer shenanigans. Our favorite. There's 5 coins somewhere. Oh, it's probably, yeah, it's in the tomb. We have the thing, so we definitely turn it off. Oh, yeah, we forgot. We already turned it off. I'm a silly goose. Log in, do the experiment, drink some coffee. Apparently I have all, actually, let's check SAV services again. Oops. Oh, I hit exit. Game, I'm like stirring my coffee. How dare you? Password accepted. I just want to see staff announcements. No. If you want to try to communicate with Simon, is it better to post here or send him emails? Miss, just like write whatever you want to tell me right there and I'll see it. Hey Simon, can I ask you a question? Get back to me in 2 to 3 business days? Miss, do you want to get back to work or not? Just tell me. And then she's gonna be like, by the way, the password's Swan Song. Lady? No, they wouldn't do that. Permanently increase lockpicking skills. Each time I upgrade a floor plan. It's just that easy. I want to get such a permanently increased lockpicking skill that I'm never gonna have to get that again. Just like we did for the reservoir and the crate tunnels. That's the goal. We don't have Tinker buff anymore, unfortunately. But this is an upgraded floor plan. So is this. Let's go courtyard just to say we did. Your skill in lockpicking has improved. Go pump room there for another gear. Unimpressive pubbles. Pubbles? Oh my god. It's too early for me to be doing that. Ooh, shinies. Found the pantry. What are we trying to do here? We have gems. We don't need parlor. What are we trying to do here? We need doors. We're not like hurting on doors because we go to foundation at any point at this point. Do we do treasure trove? I don't see why not. We have keys. Blue moon. Blue boxes marked by Steam contain false statements. You can tell me anything interesting or just some BS like this. Blue moon. I'm leaving a note for what box it contains each note. See, like I grabbed the ones in the front there. I mentioned this last time. It's weird. That's a bit more efficient. You gotta do like sweeping arcs while you hoover it up. We don't really need the treasure room anyway. So what are we hoping for with secret passage? Probably hallway or green room, I guess. Well, we already have courtyard. We do have $100. We could go shop. But then we're like making the most winding path possible. I'm not exactly against it. I feel like early showroom is kind of nuts. We do need another shop for bunk room potential. He says need, but it's obviously not really the case. I'm gonna go with the redraw. We have 4 dice. I really want the showroom. The showroom. Took 2 dice. Nothing crazy, but compass is good. We cannot actually afford everything, so we go chronograph first, I guess, because we actually do have some dice to use it with. And then if we come back, we can get moon pendant, which will help next run. We could go garage, really. Actually, we could just rotate this hallway. I'm trying to be like, do we cut our losses and go foundation? I kind of hate how windy this house is already. The garage is powered up, and I could actually just leave this way as well. Let's do it. I thought I had car key for some reason. This is gonna be weird because for all intents and purposes I kind of just cut off my house, but if you want to enter the back of the house you have to go through the secret basement entrance. I guess we could also go through tomb. Tomb would have money as well. But actually, Tomb would have money. We could go buy the thing. I guess we could do that at the end if we have extra steps. Trying to think what I'm missing for that tunnel door that we found last episode. What I think it might be is... I mean, I honestly have no clue. Let's be real. Maybe if we solve the room 8 puzzle. With that in mind, we should probably not use all of our room 8 things. And also, now that I think about it, you probably don't want to unlock all the doors necessarily, because you need the room 8 key. You need a lock to use your keys, right? Let's go for dead ends first. In that, let's go for this top corner. I like this hallway, or this patio, I should say. I mean, it's actually a pretty good hallway too, of course. It's not a great patio. Let's just go hallway. We're concerned about doors anyway. More so than anything. Secret garden key won't work here. We could go prism key. It's not really anything interesting. Let's just go normal key. You know, I was hoping for this. You know, would love master key actually. Maybe we can find it very soon in one of these next rooms. Ooh. Okay, master bedroom's already rare. It can only be on the right side. Weight room is rare. And it's probably for the best that it is. Actually, maybe we want it earlier, because you lose your steps earlier, it's better, because then you gain steps later through food or whatever. Like, you don't want to eat and then go to weight room. It does kind of, you don't want to have dinner and then go lift some weights. Usually it's the other way around, is it not? I mean, like, I don't know. You want to have a nice snack before working out. You don't want a huge meal. At the very least, we're doing unusual, because this is the one red room that actually has like clear benefits in that it has 4 doors and a secret switch. At the very least, it goes unusual. The question of this, I'm not concerned about its security door feature. I feel like, you know what? Maybe this is crazy. This goes unusual and this goes standard. Is that nuts? Like, I don't mind seeing closed exhibit or weight room. I still feel like there's more to discover with closed exhibit. What is there more? I have no idea, but I just feel like there's something else with that red crown that I don't know. Like, I feel both the crowns, I'll be real. They do things involving red rooms. We don't like red rooms. What else do they do though? I feel like they have to do something else. You know what's one thing I didn't consider? Oh no, I probably did. I think it was something I considered very early on, is mixing the red crown and the blue crown. Alright, I'm done looking at the screen. I think this is what we're doing. I'm gonna say this is unusual because it's not a bad room, even with the security door cost. It's 3 doors. It's a hallway, but better in some regards. And then this is just a weight room. Like, you know, I don't think I need to justify myself. I think the idea of getting weight room early is good. The only downside I can see, not early, but like when you're at like 40 to 30 steps, that's when you want to see it. So definitely not common. Maybe unusual. No, let's go. I'm gonna maybe regret this. This is gonna make steps more valuable in our future runs, because we're gonna be burning through them so much faster, like guaranteed. Almost. It's weird, but I think it's okay. We would love coat check. Mailroom's okay too. Clock tower's not bad. I don't want to spend the gem though. I'm not seeing anything on the table. Like, I wouldn't be against a weight room right now. In some of these spots. I guess I should have hit that hallway door. I'm using the prism key. I want to see blue doors. Does it have to be a colored key, I guess? Or colored... Oops, wrong key. Oh, it can't be a blue... Are you kidding me? I feel like that key's kind of doo-doo. Dare I say? Yeah, sure, whatever. How many lockpicks? We got 4 already. Not a big fan of this. I guess patio. We could use some gems. It's only some emphasis, unfortunately. At least it gives us one back. And we got a key out of it. Step in here for a gem as well. It's very quiet now. I mean, this game is pretty quiet overall. I guess I should have maybe keyed the secret garden. Not a big fan of this. To the point where I kind of want to redraw. Man, we're kind of cutting off our antechamber access, but it's not that big of a deal, but... Definitely not wasting keys on this room. What are these? What are these rooms, man? Let's rotate the kitchen. What kind of shop would we want? Gift shop would actually not be that bad. Hey. Electric eel aquarium, also not bad. Gives us some steps and a turnip with the silver spoon. You see that spoon go directly in that turnip? Feeling pretty good. Our keys are getting a little low. What could we put in there otherwise? We do have some... I was gonna say we have some of the worst showroom items. Sorry, I'm stretching. I mean, clock tower would go pretty hard right now, would it not? At the very least with our hallways alone. 3 hallways, mail room, and clock towers, 5 keys. Like, especially with their key cards turned up, I'm not sure we actually need the master key. And you know what I'm assuming? We probably can't buy the master key as long as it's in the code check. I took parlor. There are 2 statements on this box. They're both false. That's false. I mean, this statement is true, so they can't both be false. So it's false. There are 2 statements on this box. The gems are in a box with no true statements. There are two statements on this box. Well, that's false. I think it's in blue. Let me read white again. There are two statements on this box. The gems are in a box with no true statements. I think this is the true one. With no true statements. Has a true statement. This does not. Cool. We probably, well, I was gonna say key to the secret garden, but it's probably fine. Secret passage into green door, probably. That is our second secret passage. I forgot greenhouse is a thing. That's actually a pretty sick courtyard. I don't know how much we'll get out of this greenhouse gem-wise. I think we go courtyard. I love courtyard. And it's an upgraded room. Maybe we'll find a key in here. Nope. Maybe in here. Nope. This is kind of hurting now. Maybe we needed that master key after all. Or do we take attic? I mean, we're so low on keys. I need to take this now. It appeared to save me, and if I didn't take it there, that would be a mistake, unquestionably. Because I knew this door was locked. Shout out to the compass. How many parlor games? 2 more, right? Yeah. Master key coming clutch. Same with compass. Dude, our lockpicking is at 8 now. Drafting studio. Oof. Okay, well, it's gonna close this area there. It's not that big of a deal. I want to see what's at drafting studio now. We haven't seen this room since we got all the things. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. Her name is Dauja. The angel. Sorry, I'm trying to find where I had all their names. I thought it was Dagia. Everyone else we know for sure. Yeah. So it is literally just Dauja. And Lydia. I'm just gonna write Dauja left, Lydia right. And then if we see it again, I can confirm one way or another. That's funny, they're showing the bookshop in here. Never really noticed that. So yeah, this really is kind of a Dunsey room. There's no reason to be in here. I guess there's a safe if you have magnifying glass. I do not. Oh, I do. I don't remember. Is it 11:08? I see this safe so little. So little. I'm a funny guy. There's not even a gem in here. This is number 5. Mambo number 5. I really love that it's tiny. I'm gonna write down. This one is number 5. I was kind of hoping there'd be a hint to the castle. I'm not gonna lie, like something I missed that now just means more. Just a random sequence of letters. But I don't see it happening, unfortunately. And there's nothing else in here, I don't think. Oh well. Well, we know not to drafting room in future. I was gonna say, we want big doors, and this is the biggest of doors. We got silver spoon, so I'm not even concerned about steps. In fact, we drafted kitchen and I didn't even, like, look at the menu. Well, do we even... No, we don't have antechamber access. We need left side door. It's a little late for conference room. But I suppose if we do this and they get secret card, and we'll have a lot of food. Could just go clock tower at this point. Just go clock tower. We'll step inside, even though our steps are a little low. I want to see if the thing is in here. Because if the thing is in here, then it saves us. Makes the steps worthwhile. Does suck that you have to go all the way up here. It ain't even up here. Oh wait, this? I was gonna say, there's no items in here. And this big item right there. Man. It's interesting because like there's a big door here and then there's a little door here. On both the arrows, point to them. There's some scary doors. Can I rotate to make them look nicer at all? It's a little bit. This freezer really wants me. I go laundry room. I don't even look. Passageway for doors. What upsets me about passageway is there's like nothing going on in this room. You'd think there'd be something. What? I don't know. There's the conference room. I don't know why, but someone's like speaking to me. Maybe I'm just desperate. That's probably what it is. Last door. Tried to click the dice at the top to reroll, like I'm some sort of scrub. Sauna it is. Thank you for the key. And the monies. Okay, well, what have we done this run? I read to you an Erajan note. Other than that, basically nothing. We do have $21. We can go to showroom. Unfortunately, it's on the complete other side of the map, we have 17 steps. I mean, there's no reason to be in the sauna. I wasn't sure if I stepped in the passageway or not. I'm like so desperate for this last castle letter. What am I trying to do here? I'm gonna go all the way back to Foundation through this twisty turns. I don't even think I have enough steps for this. No, I don't. I guess if I go through Garage, maybe. We gotta try. Oh no, we have kitchen. Oh no, but we don't have it. Well, we have some money. This is very silly. What can we afford? Tomato soup! We actually have aquarium and weight rooms. That's 10 steps. For 5. Which is not enough. Actually, is it? Because otherwise... We got silver spoon. So it's actually 20 steps for 5. Versus this. Yeah, no, that's what we want to do. Because otherwise we're buying 3 bananas. Which is 18 steps. Okay. This is very silly. Anything else to do post-mortem wise with this run here? I don't think there really is. Unfortunately, we still are never going to see this vault key ever again. Nor the vault, it seems. Nor roommate in the gallery. Man, we've been going for an hour, but again, 20 minutes was spent me reading the dang note. I almost want to leave a note in the description being like, alright, listen, I know. If you want to skip all that. Let's go through Garage. It is slightly more efficient. Or much more efficient, I guess, in this run. We could also go to the tomb and get more money, really, but what's the point of that? It's hardly, like, I don't even barely justify buying the moon pendant for myself. We could also go back to coat check and drop something off. We should have done that already, I guess. Honestly, I don't want to put anything in coat check. Nothing's that important to me. I don't like coat check that much. Especially because it gets rid of master key out of the pool if I leave something in there. Or leave it in there. We got 8 triggers on lockpick, which is pretty good. I don't know how that scales. Maybe I'll Google that. Because I feel like we might have at least a dozen procs now. I think we did like 4 to 7 procs last time we did an experiment with lockpicking. Yeah, I don't know. I want to take Pool Hall to get that trophy, but we are at the point where we don't want to take Pool Hall because it floods the deck. Same with the pool. We're very, very specifically looking for very specific rooms. Unfortunately, I guess I just did turn up the frequency of some red rooms there. But those are also some specific rooms we're kind of looking for. I just need to get rid of like pantry and reading nook. That's really what it is. Because I have no use for those anymore. The game needs to cooperate with me a little bit. If it would do that, I feel like it would go a long, long way towards finding the rooms we actually want to find. but alas. Did I not even take the banner? I didn't even take the banner. What is wrong with me? All because of the trading post. Alright, well, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna leave a note for myself. Not that this has become a big issue, but this is, you know, that this should never happen again. Holy crap. Take blue king banner. Sheesh. The garden shopping center tomorrow. Honestly, it was still like fun, but not crazy amounts of fun were had here. Drafting studio, we're never gonna take again. Coat room might be in a similar spot. I just don't see the reasons for them at the current moment unless I find vault key. Without the vault, we didn't even find vault. I might do some Googling as to how to get the vault key soon, because this is starting to annoy me. I recognize trading post is the answer for cycling your items, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna give this game another like less than a week at this point. It's ticking down. If we get to episode 64 and I'm not making things happen, I'm in full cheat mode, I think. But at the very least, I'm in ask my buddy mode. So that's approaching very quickly. But yes, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.